Zoila Frausto, Pro Blue Highway, Fresno, California.
I'm Jessica Rakoczy, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm worried about what I do. I'm not really too worried about what she's going to do. If anything does happen, then I'll adjust to the situation. But other than that, I'm pretty confident that I'll do well with what I do.
They should think that I'm a boxer fighting a kickboxer, because that's my background and that's her background. But I have been training really hard on the ground, and I know I have so much more to learn. Like, I learn every day I'm in the gym, so it's going to take years and years for me to get where I'd like to be. So every fight is a stepping stone too of getting better for myself.
We're more of a spotlight than most of the men, and we do put on a pretty good fight, and I think this one's going to be really good too. So
I haven't seen too much footage on her. I just my coaches told me that she's an excellent kicker and she's going to come to fight. It's going to be a really tough fight for me. So I don't really focus on that. I'm just trying to do what I can do for myself, and I'm trying to be the best I can be.
Palace Fights 3, Champions Collide, and it's time for the ladies. Coming to the ring, Jessica Rakoczy, someone who had a great boxing career.
Amazing.
I mean, someone who was very talented, who I've watched in this very Palace arena in the boxing ring in some brawls, and it was very impressive. She's turned her attention toward MMA. I have yet to see her in an MMA fight. Maybe you have.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this fight. 31-3 as a boxer, so she's bringing legitimate hands. 2 wins over Mia St. John during her time as a boxer. Still active as a boxer, actually. She's still ranked 3rd in the world at the super featherweight division, so she's still acting there as well. But now she's getting into MMA. Lost her first fight, a little bit lost on the ground, to be honest with you. She got taken down, TKO, looked like she was trapped on her back. Just really didn't know how to get out of that position. But here's the thing. I don't think Zoila Frausto is going to take her to the ground. I think this is going to be an amazing striking clinic. I think the ladies are going to represent.
Truly a fan favorite here. Zoila Frausto. Someone who, very tough. She's been in some brawls from day one, and she's been in some big events. Saw her at Strike Force down in Fresno, California, and since then she's run off several wins. How do you see this fight going, Royce?
It looks like we've got a Muay Thai stylist here, so like I said, probably not going to be a lot of groundwork going on. So it's going to be whether or not Jessica can get inside those kicks and stay out of eating a lot of elbows and knees in the clinch. And just put some hands on her. Obviously, with that extensive boxing background, you got to expect her to have the better hand speed and the better boxing combinations. But you start putting those kicks and those knees and those elbows in the clinch, it becomes a whole different animal. Hopefully, she's prepared.
Do you really want to stand and throw punches with someone with an outstanding boxing background?
I don't know if you want to stand and throw punches, but kicks and knees and teeps and all the things that come with being a good Muay Thai fighter can sometimes neutralize those punches if you can keep them out of that range. And it's whether or not you can stay at her range with the feet But I don't know if she'd want to be inside eating some of those hands with that boxing behind Jessica.
Yeah, Zoila's got more time in the MMA game. She trains with Team Buhawe in Fresno. She might want to stand in there and see what happens. And if those hands are a little bit tough, then maybe she does look to transition the fight to the ground, because Rakoczy looked like a fish out of water the first time.
Let's get the tell of the tape with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, then, here we go. Tachi Palace Fights presents women's bantamweight MMA. We're scheduled 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 7 inches, she weighed in at 129 pounds. World-renowned in the field of boxing with a record of 31 wins, 3 losses, and ranked number 3 in the world. Tonight, in her second professional MMA bout, from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, please welcome Jessica Rakoczy. Her opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 3-round attraction, standing at 5 feet 4 inches. She also weighed in at 129 pounds with a background in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Her record stands at 4 wins and no losses. Hailing from Fresno, California, please welcome the Warrior Princess, Zoila Frausto. Our referee in charge, Marcos Rosales, now to give instructions.
Ladies, we've already gone over the rules. Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands. Watch your mouth.
I think we've established that Zoila Frausto may be the crowd favorite this evening.
Just a tad bit.
It's possible.
Round 1 action. About to get underway. A referee is Marcos Rosales.
Rakoczy's been working with Ray Seffo, a very solid kickboxer. Let's see if she can counter these kicks that we know are going to come from Zoila Frausto. She wanted to pull the trigger right there to start.
Looks like she's trying to fake maybe a takedown and set up some stuff behind that, realizing that probably Jessica does not want to be anywhere near the ground.
Rakoczy patient. Rakoczy does have 10 knockouts on her resume in her boxing career. Zoila Frausto, for all of her renowned kickboxing, has yet to earn a knockout. All 4 have gone to a decision. But it is an impressive style, and of course, obviously the legs are going to have a lot more range than the arms of Jessica Rakoczy.
Wow. Action right in the center of the ring. Now, I would look for Zoila to maybe try to take her down, because, I mean, she's very strong. I mean, her grappling skills are, I wouldn't say great, but her strength is tremendous.
Yeah, I think she wants to test herself. Obviously, she likes to stand and bang. That's her style, Zoila Frausto. But if she eats a punch or two, I think that strategy might change a little bit. There's no reason she shouldn't take advantage of the fact that she's better on the ground. And here's what we see. Now let's see what Rakoczy's learned since her last time out.
Good hits. I don't know if the right idea would be to try and pull a guillotine right here. I think she should have worked to get her hands out. And she should work to get her leg out and possibly stand.
Yeah, I was going to say, just use that leg, use that head for head control, and then just stand up. Work that leg out and get back to your feet.
She also might be able to stall out this position here if she doesn't get the submission. It does not look like she's quite on the neck, but it is helping her possibly to stand back up, and I would think that's where she wants to be.
Frausto does have her left arm in the hold. Frausto told us recently on MMA Junkie Radio that people would be surprised at her ground game, that she does have jiu-jitsu, even though she hasn't shown it yet. She's certainly remaining patient, keeping control.
Jessica needs to walk herself up that pad right there and get herself back to her feet.
You know, Frausto's been fighting 5-minute rounds lately. The last Strikeforce fight was 5-minute rounds. Here we've got the 3-minute rounds. Just a little less than 30 seconds left, so not much time to work, although she is in top position.
This is her forte right here. She likes to kind of get the bounce, bang on you, get you down there, a little rib work. It's her bread and butter right here.
Jessica's doing a good job of defending. I mean, she didn't really eat many punches from right there. And when all is said and done, I mean, you probably got to give that round to Frausto just because she had that takedown, and that was the only real thing that happened.
I agree. You could certainly make a case for a 10-10 round, but I don't think we see as many 10-10 rounds as we probably should. So if you've got to say a winner there, I think you go with Zoila Frausto 10-9.
Yeah, and I think Jessica needs to now just recognize that takedown, and they need to be tied on a corner to maybe give up on the submission attempt and bring herself back to her feet and let those hands go.
You didn't see a lot of punches from Jessica Rakoczy. I just think that she wants to try to impose a more of an MMA style of fight. I know people expect her to stand there and throw jabs, strong right hands, but I think as a boxer, you can find yourself going back to those old habits and you susceptible to a kick.
Well, and I think like Rory was saying as well, Zoila was doing a great job of kind of feigning that takedown to open up with, and that kept Rakoczy's hands in tight because she had to think about defending. She had to think about sprawling, and she really couldn't open it up. So we'll see if the offense opens up here a little bit in the second frame. I'd love to see these two stand and bang for a little bit.
I would like that too.
All right, round 2 action underway. We have the ladies. Jessica Rakoczy going up against Zoila Frausto.
Nice Superman punch. And you can see, again, Zoila really is kind of dropping down. And this time it's not a fake. She shoots in.
Jessica needs to work herself off that cage, get her hips a little bit more mobile, defend that takedown.
Tough to see. Is her left arm around the neck at all, or really just kind of a body control, isn't it?
It's hard to see. I mean, it looks like she's got something. I mean, she's definitely causing Zoila to defend, but she now needs to get herself off. Yeah, it didn't look like there was too much going on. She needs to separate herself, get back to her boxing range. Does not look like she's comfortable in the clinch really much at all. I mean, this is one of those things, you know, we talk about boxers, big-time boxers want to break in MMA, and it's not just about having great hands. I mean, you need to have a complete game if you're going to fight the sport.
And here she's in a similar position from her last fight. Zoila rolls out for the armbar.
Wow. There it is. Left tap.
There you go. You know what? I'll tell you what, though. It looks like Jessica just in this to have some fun. Looks like it's just something different for her to do, something new to try. She's an acclaimed boxer. And, you know, that's what good athletes try, man. Try and play different sports and try and excel at different things.
She's in tremendous shape. She's someone who, again, I think likes the adrenaline. And the paydays probably not that bad either.
Nah. Nice win for Zoila Frausto. And I'll tell you what, it sends a message. She's got a fight coming up in Strikeforce with Miesha Tate, who's got a great ground game. March 26th at Strikeforce Challenger 7. I think that sends a message to Miesha Tate. Hey, you've got to watch out for my ground game as well. I've got a little something down there for you too.
Zoila working hard, trains with the Buhawi camp, and definitely, you go to that camp, there's a lot of kicks going on in there. Those guys definitely work hard.
Yeah, you know, I think people were hoping to see a shootout there, but I think that's a smart game plan by Zoila Frausto. You've got the kicks, but why stand there?
You know, exactly. You don't want to necessarily risk someone with power hitting you with a little glove on.
Let's get the call from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
With a time of 1 minute 17 seconds of round number 2, an armbar.
This contest, the fighter taps out. She is the winner by way of submission. She is still undefeated. The Warrior Princess, Zoila Frausto.